Welcome back. Calls are mounting for Health Minister Zweli Mkhize to step down. An internal probe has found that a multi-million rand contract between the Health Department and communications company Digital Vibes, linked to Mkhize's longtime associate, was in fact irregular. Meanwhile, the Special Investigating Unit's probe is still ongoing, though. Silindelo Masikane following the story for us. So, Sli, we saw this emerge a couple of weeks ago. We got more details just the other day, and then the minister responding today. People are not happy, naturally.
Of course, and yet another what looks like wasteful, fruitless expenditure when it comes to taxpayers' money that is really supposed to go to aiding the poor, especially in terms of our healthcare services. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and it seems like 150 million rand was just given away in terms of some of the when it comes to briefings, when it comes to communications coming from the department, which its internal department could have easily done. Now, we've seen the expose coming from Daily Maverick in terms of this contract awarded to Digital Vibes, around 150 million rand, Shahan, that's gone just up in the air. We understand that some 90 million rand was channeled to these associates linked to Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize, one of which was his former PA, and another we understand to be, quote, from his words, his comrades. He has, in a media briefing this morning, said that these are not his friends and that the relationships he has with these associates are not untoward. We know that some 40 million rand has also gone towards recipients identified as legitimate service providers, but we also know that around roughly 20 million rand is still to be accounted for. Now, a media briefing this morning from the minister said that the health ministry was desisting from commenting with regards to this particular tender or this contract because some investigations were underway. We know the SIU is still probing, but this media briefing this morning then revealed some of the contents of the internal investigation by the Health Department, which revealed that some 30 million rand of this 150 million rand was fruitless and wasteful expenditure, but then the minister did not want to go into detail in terms of some of the other contents of the report. We know that the contract itself did not go with some of the PFMA tender processes or follow some of the PFMA tender processes, and so what we understand is that this particular internal report has now gone to the President as well as National Treasury, and it seems that there are some quarters in terms of the health sector that are calling for the minister to step down while investigations continue, but other people, or other quarters rather, are saying that this particular call is too soon and that there isn't actual evidence linking the minister. But let's just take a look at this report that I put together in terms of the various conflicting opinions around whether the minister should step down or not.
Personally, I must express my sense of shock at the figures that have now been disclosed in the report as constituting irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure.
Digital Vibes is said to have benefited 150 million rand from a contract between it and the Health Department. Among the findings were a conflict of interest and contravention of the tender bidding process. The Health Minister denies any involvement in the company's appointment.
I also do not regard any of these individuals whose names have been mentioned publicly as personal friends, but they are certainly my comrades. I have worked with them in the ordinary course of my political or official duties, and this is not unusual.
But some quarters believe the minister must vacate his office for now.
The minister cannot simply expect to be the referee and the player in this matter. He must step down pending a full independent SIU investigation into the matter.
I'm so disappointed that he said we must give him space. Space for what? Why the money for the public is being misused. So we cannot give him space. He needs to step aside and give us space.
Others say calls to step down are hasty.
Well, we don't have that position as yet as an organization, and we are quite reliant on the SIU report and the finality thereof, and it's only then that obviously we'll have to think of which way to go.
Until such time as we have evidence that the minister was directly involved in the tender, I think calls for him to step down are premature and are not consistent with the rule of law.
The internal report has been sent to National Treasury and the President. Consequence management is set to be underway, while legal processes to recover the funds have already commenced. Silindelo Masikane, Johannesburg.